Hey everyone, this is the perfect video to do today because I'm having such a hard time connecting my brain to my words. So randomness number one is the perfect video to do today, and the reason why I'm calling it number one is I don't really think that I'm going to be able to get everything that I want to say out in this one video, because I don't like my videos to be too long, because I know from personal experience watching other people's videos that I don't really want to sit there for a half hour and watch one video. I have developed such a short attention span. I mean, I will, if I love your videos and you make a long video, I'll watch it, but I really prefer videos to be, I'm gonna say, less than 15 minutes long, because more than that is just too much, I think, to sit there and listen to, really. But anyways, yeah, look at my hair. My hair is so frizzy today. Well, it is. And the reason for that is I didn't use my Organics Moroccan Oil conditioner. I used the shampoo and I used the treatment, but I didn't use the conditioner because I have lots of like bottles and tubes of half-used products, and I really would like to just use those up and get rid of them so that I can just use the Organics Moroccan Oil line specifically. But this is a perfect example of what I was talking about when I did that product review, how if you don't use the full line, it makes a huge difference. And I know that there are some skeptics out there that think that that's ridiculous, that you have to use a full line of products in order for it to work, but this is exactly what I was talking about. I mean, look how frizzy my hair is, and I didn't do anything different than what I normally would. I just substituted a different conditioner for the Organics one, and this is the result of not using it. And also, another thing that I want to just throw out there is I know I normally have a nasally voice. It's full of self-criticism today, huh? I know my voice is normally nasally, but it's even more nasally today because of something that happened the other day, and this is the result of it. I got the scare, well, one of the scares of my life the other day. The other night, I should say. If you follow me on Twitter, you might know what I'm talking about. No, I guess I didn't go into specific detail on Twitter. I just kind of alluded to the fact that I might talk about this in a future video, but what I'm talking about, get to the point, is my husband woke up in the middle of the night the other night, and he said, "Oh my God, it's cold in here." And so he looked at the thermostat, and it was down to like 54, I think, and so the furnace wasn't working. So he reset the furnace, and it came on for about 5 minutes and stopped. And I knew we didn't run out of oil because we had just gotten a delivery like a couple weeks before, and what had happened was it had gotten so cold that the oil gelled up either in the bottom of the tank or where that line is. There's like a feed line that goes from the oil tank to your furnace, and the oil had gelled up because it had gotten so cold. Well, I looked at the thermostat and it was 2 degrees outside at that time, and we have been getting some extremely cold temperatures, and when you get single-digit temperatures on successive nights in a row, you're gonna run into problems with either your furnace or your car's not gonna start. There's just, you know, these things are not made to go to those temperature extremes and stay there several days in a row. So my husband was like, "Well, I don't know what we're gonna do because there's nothing wrong with the furnace. The furnace is not running because the oil is gelled up probably in the tank or in the lines, and if we call the furnace company, I don't really think there's anything they can do, because the furnace is working but can't work because of the situation. So we called the furnace company anyway and asked, you know, can you send somebody out? Is there something that you can do? So, I mean, this was the middle of the night, but fortunately they're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. At least the company that we deal with is. So they had other people calling for the same reasons. So, you know, they had no heat. And so they sent somebody out a few hours later, after they went to the other houses that had called before we did. Now, in the meantime, I was freaking out because the temperature was dropping in the house rapidly. I mean, it was 2 degrees outside. I was scared. I admit it. I was scared. I was freaking out. I was thinking that all the pipes were going to freeze. I didn't know what was going to happen. So I think I may have caught a cold because it had gotten so cold in the house. But so we have one space heater. So I put the space heater in the master bathroom and turned it on full blast to try to keep the pipes from freezing down that end of the house. And then down the other end of the house, we put the oven on and put the door like ajar, so that the heat would rise up out of the oven into the kitchen and keep the pipes from freezing down at that end of the house. And then I put a pot of water on top of the stove and brought it to like a slow boil, because I figured the heat from the oven would come up, hit the moisture from the water that I was boiling, and that would make it even warmer. So we kept the pipes from freezing down that end of the house. But we have 2 bathrooms in our house, and I had no way to try to heat the pipes in our, well, I call it the little bathroom, but it's a full bathroom, but it's little compared to the master bathroom. So anyways, I had no way to try to keep those pipes from freezing. So I just was like praying that this guy was going to show up from the furnace company and be able to do something. But it was really scary. He did show up. There was something that he could do, thank God. He blew out the line that runs from the oil tank to the furnace. He blew out the line, then he put a chemical in the oil tank and stirred up the oil, and what that does is it prevents it from clogging up again. The chemical prevents the oil from gelling, but man, so you know, he was able to get the furnace running. The pipes did not freeze. They were starting to though, because when I turned on the faucets, you could hear like the water was getting like slushy in the water lines. So it was close. It was close. I was really scared, because if your pipes freeze, you're talking, if they freeze and burst, now you're talking an obscene amount of money to get all the pipes replaced and all that stuff. So we were really lucky. I mean, it did cost us a lot of money to have that guy come out in the middle of the night and fix the problem, but he was able to do it, and it didn't cost as much, not nearly as much as it would have had we had to replace the pipes. Okay, so let's see, next topic. This is going to be all over the place. If you feel like you don't have enough videos in your subscription box, I have a couple of recommendations of people that I enjoy watching. Number 1 is Jess. Her channel name, and I hope I don't butcher this, the way I read it is Gemerjeka? No, that's not right. I can't say it. I'm sorry, Jess. It's just a very strange channel name. You'll have to let me know what that is in reference to. But her name is Jess. I can't pronounce her channel name. I'm going to put a link to it in the description box. I love her videos. And the irony is, a lot of times I don't agree with her about her products that she raves about. Like when I've tried some of the same products she raves about, I don't like them. So I don't necessarily agree with her opinion about products, but I just love her and her videos. I could sit and listen to her. I was saying I don't like long videos, but I could sit and listen to her talk forever because I just like her. So it doesn't even matter that I don't agree with her about her product opinions, but she is what I would call a natural beauty. She is such a beautiful girl because of course I've seen her without makeup on, because I've seen her do, you know, demonstrations, tutorials, whatever, and even without makeup she is gorgeous. And of course the makeup just enhances that. But she also seems like such a nice person. Like, she's the type of girl that if you had a brother, you would want your brother to marry her. Because she just seems like such a nice person. I don't know, she's just very lovable. And as if all that wasn't enough, she has cats. I don't know how many. I would say I've only just started watching her like maybe a month ago, so I don't know how many cats she has, but they're always like running around behind her when she's filming her videos. So I would say, based on what I've seen so far, she has like 3 or 4 cats maybe. I'm not sure. But I love watching the cats running around in the background, and sometimes one will run by and she'll grab it and pick it up and put it in front of the camera like, this is so and so. So, you know, she'll just randomly introduce you to different cats. But she buys a lot of makeup, and I love seeing all the stuff that she buys, and you know, she'll show you all the different things that she bought and all the colors, and I wish I could buy as much makeup as she does. But so you get to see a lot of different products in her videos, and I don't know, she just seems like such a sweet person, and she's gorgeous. And the other person that I want to talk about is somebody that I have mentioned in videos before, but I haven't mentioned them in a long time, and that is Dustin Hunter, or Dusty. He is a very, very talented makeup artist, and when he does those kind of videos where he's you know, creating this elaborate look, he's very good at like theatrical makeup, where he's doing something like really detailed and complicated and very, very talented. But honestly, my favorite videos that he does are either his product review videos, because he's very good at product reviews, and the other ones are just the random, fun, spur of the moment things that he just decides to put together one day. Those really are my favorites. But if you are, and he's just a really, really nice person, and I don't know, he's just a sweetheart. Very, very genuine person. And so if you're looking for a couple new people to subscribe to, if you feel like you go to YouTube and there's just, you know, you've already watched all the videos in your subscription box and you need more and you want a couple recommendations, I'm gonna put a link to both these people's channels in the description box. Click on them, check them out. If you end up subscribing to these people, let them know that I sent you, because I really genuinely like these two people's videos. And I think, yeah, so now the clock is counting down here. Video's starting to get long. So there were more things that I wanted to talk about, but I'll have to save it for a randomness number 2 video. So I'll see you next time, you guys. Bye.